Can anyone hear me? I'm going straight into it because that's how I roll. Yo, 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 yo. Hello, hello. How is it going? Now, you might be wondering why I'm here. As if you look at the website, currently there has not been an update. However, I assume people can hear me. However, the Android app has updated on Android. Doesn't look like it has done on iOS. There's a few new attachments. There should be another one today, along with that. I'm assuming it should be soon if they've updated the app. So, hopefully it will be. Until then, hello. Yeah, so if you're on Android, you can go to bed. It's 10:15 for me. you go to bed. Why don't you go to bed? Are they finally reducing night points? Probably not. It is due today. iOS just updated for it. So iOS is also now just updated, which means we're probably going to get it soon. My list has gone up 75 fucking points. There is no way Victrix is... That can't be true. I refuse to believe that. But, I mean, you never know. Well, they're just called Victrix Guard, aren't they? No, Victrix Guard went up. By 30 points, I think? Quite a lot. Vanguard Veterans went up. Vanguard Veterans went up. Devastator Centurions went up. Shan went up massively. So I've got to save 75 points in my list now. That's I'm going to have to redo my entire list. Which is unfortunate. If the iOS app is updated, I'm expecting a full Dataslate soon, and we'll go through it. Hello, Magnus, the ISO Red. ISO Red. Hello, I am non-descriptive ad. Which app? It's the so it's the standard 40k battle app or whatever it's called. It's just really annoying to like go through because it doesn't like do a change log or anything, so it's hard to kind of work out what's going on. Like, I can go to random things and have a look, but we're better off waiting. This is still the same. I think, yeah, jump. A lot of stuff is still the same. What about let's have a look at Assault Terminators. Maybe they've off or something. What's Assault Terminator? That's Assault Intercessor. Is it called Terminator Assault Squad? I don't know. If my thing's going funny, it's because I'm looking down at my phone. Terminator Assault Squad. They're 360, I think that was. Absolute criminal update. Had to drop a Nurgling unit from my beachhead list. Unbelievable, Jeff. I've lost 75 points from my list, which I'm somewhat disturbed by. Yeah, Terminator Assault's not great. And hopefully they haven't changed anything else with Centurions. I don't like it. Alright. Not quite out. It is currently... The apps have changed, but we're still waiting for proper thing. In fact, let me... Where's some text? Got some text. Where? Someone just says GERT. But we'll change that to say... App have updated, but waiting on the wiki. Wikipedia. Where's font? Okay, so let font. Smack that up like that. And back into that to make the funky outline. There we go. Now it looks like absolute shit. I mean, made that look slightly less shit. There we go. Have we seen a bit? All right, seen a bit. Everyone else who's staying here, welcome in, welcome in. Like the stream. If you aren't already subscribed, subscribe. If you're over on Twitch, hello. If you are looking to see how bad things are going to get for you, well, here we are. The new Space Wolves attachment is in the app as well? Okay, that's cool. So it should be imminent. I hope I'm not wasting my time, because I've got a fucking video to make. Like your content or recommend your channel by a friend? Hell yeah. Welcome in. Look, Anime don't get nerfed to the ground. They're probably going to get some nerfs. Bless you with Aldari points. Well, Aldari point nerfs? Yeah, extra points for Aldari. I mean, I can have a quick look at the Space Wolf. Thorix Void Hunters? Oh no, it's Saga of the... What's it called? They're combat patrols. Saga of the Bold? Is that the new one? Oh, I can't see it because I don't have the fucking... Alright, fine. Saga of the Great Wolf. I can't see it because I don't have the Space Wolf Codex. I can't see it on the app. Oh well. Would have Guard got a point decrease? Probably... Maybe? I don't know. You're suffering? Oh no, you're a Sisters player. That's probably why you're suffering. But suffering builds character! You see. Suffering builds character. Time to switch from Centurions to Superior Knights. Nope. Absolutely not. Main thing is, even though they are now... I need to check this, actually. If Centurions go up 330 to 350, was it? The Centurions go up 20 points. So that's going to be an extra 60 points. So I can still do 36 Centurions, but it limits my character options severely. By limits my character options severely, I mean I can literally take like a 50-point model. I can take like an apothecary or an ancient. That is basically all I can do. So I'm basically gonna have no characters. My hope was that I could do a Captain and Phobos armor to get some redeploy at the start of the game, but I can't do that now. Yeah, Grizzled Company looks really good. I don't know if it's Gladius, but with the reroll charges or lethals are sustained. Go 36 Centurions, why would you need anything else? Exactly, I guess that's the point. I mean, I wasn't really planning to use the character for anything. It would be nice to have a bonus, but... Sharn going up... What was that? 25 points is a lot. I don't know why they nerfed Vanguard veterans. It's so annoying when they nerf Vanguard veterans, because they're only good with certain combos. I feel like they didn't have to do that, but that's just me complaining because it's the stuff I use. I might have to go back to just having JPIs or something. Or completely redo the list with stuff like Invicta Warsuits. Go nuts with it. But my perfectly 2k point Space Marine army doesn't fly above 2k points. Well, you're in luck. Probably does. I have a look at what else was always used a lot. The I was gonna say incestors. That's absolutely not the right word. Inceptors. Inceptors, I think, have saved the same points. The problem is I can't access any of the other things on my app because I don't own the things. So we're gonna have to just wait. Wait patiently, like very good people, for the Dataslate to come out proper. We're gonna have a look at it. Because, again, I also don't know points. Any changes on heavy interest cost? That one I can check. I imagine not. No, it's still 100 for 5, 200 for 10. If you got a Space Marines question, I could try and answer it. I wonder if they've buffed a Storm Raven. No, of course they fucking or a Repulsor? Nope. Redemptor. Oh. And the Redemptors were buffed last time anyway. Oh, what if they've nerfed Vindicators? That would be funny. Vindicators are 185. I think that's what they normally are. Something else I wanted to check. Oh yeah, Invictors. If they've buffed Invictors. No. They announced my dad coming back with this data sheet. They haven't announced that yet, but just keep hoping, mate. It might happen. Invictors still the same. Buffed card effects is interesting. Can like VAR go down? I imagine not. Surely. No, still 100. Weirdly, Shrike didn't go up or down, but Aethan Shan went up massively. Which I think is fair, because Aethan Shan is... 85 was basically auto. I wish they'd... If they're going to nerf... the devs, they should buff the assault, surely. It's not just copium. I promise it's not just copium. It's out. PDFs are up. Oh, here we go. Ta-da! Right. Here we go. Balance data slate first, and then we'll do that. So. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Zoom this in. I need to swap over to it, but it's probably going to be all jank, so give me a second. Hey, look at that. It actually worked. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready to cry? Ready to cry our little hearts out because we've been buffed / nerfed / who cares? Because I am. Like the stream and send me money with all of your super chats to tell me why you're so exceedingly upset about everything that's going wrong. All right. This is the... Oh, this is not what I want to look at anyway. I want to look at this first. Balance data state first. Look at points in a sec. Because points will be dependent on this. But to get the document, it is on the Warcom website. You're always crying. It's a good way to be. Right. We're not looking for anything green. We're looking for red. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. All right, here we go. We've got the first one. Agile maneuver star engines. When eligible vehicle from your army is selected to make an advance move, you have assault. What did that used to be? This is going to be my problem. I don't know what that used to be, so I'm going to have to look. If anyone knows... Admech survived in terms of rules, but they might have changed something else. Gotta be careful. Thank you very much for Super Chat.
First stream, just wanna say a one off my Fav 40k content creators and genuinely got me back into the hobby.
Hell
Have
yeah.
a great night, Paul.
Thank you very much for Super Chat. Glad you got back in the hobby. So that was Star Engines. That used to be E6 +1 move. Now it is you can advance and shoot with your bit. The aspect host that was eligible to fight and one friendly transport. So I believe if I'm correct on that one, that used to be just one friendly transport able to embark. Now it has to have been eligible to fight. So you can't just... So that stops you doing the jumping out, in and out with your dudes. Fire dragons. That stops fire dragon shenanigans. Because you can't jump it back in unless you charge them, I guess. Nothing changed there. Same with this one in the Warhost. Same... Exactly the same stratagem. In fact, it's the same name. Fire and Fade. Fire and Fade has also stopped you getting back into a transport. So a lot of please stop jumping it in and out for God's sake. What's about each shrine token? You can change the result of one hit, one rune roll made for the model excluding characters. So I believe that also stops anything else as well. That stops, what's his name? Fugan. So that is pretty nasty. That's a lot of basically, please stop jumping in and out of buildings. Thank you. Nothing for Guard. Nothing for Templar ever. Nothing for Blood Angels. Nothing for Chaos Knights. Nothing for Chaos Space Marines. Nothing for Dark Angels. Never had anything for Death Guard. Drukhari. You could split Cabalite Warriors. Okay, that... Alright, so you can now split Hand of the Archons with Venoms. There you go. Emperor's Children. Each time an Emperor's Children model from your army makes an attack, if it is a transport model or disembark from a transport. So you can now... So this adds the fact that you can do stuff with the transport. Cool, fine. GC Occults, that's a lot of words, but nothing's changed. Nothing, nothing. Nothing, nothing. 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 Please have like a Centurion to now. Amazing. No, I could be so lucky. Nothing, nothing. Nothing. Oh, a lot changed here. That's or scintillating Legion model from your army. Alright, so they're basically allowing scintillating Legion things to do your army rule. That's cool. Again, I don't know what that used to be, so thanks, Workshop. Kairos Fate Weaver, which I think filter to. Yeah, so rather than it being it loses AP, but it becomes flat 3 damage. Same with, I assume, with the Lord of Change. Would be my guess. Yeah, it's gone from D3 to 3, so they're buffed. Rod of Sorcery, also on the Lord of Change, is now extra range and 2 damage, not D3. So buffs for the Lord of Change. Tyranids, nothing. World Eaters, nothing. Okay. That was the Balanced State. Not a whole lot there, to be honest. Points time. Sororitas. Nerfed. Hospitaliers. Big units of Sacrosancts go to be the same price as 5. As you had 2 5s, that makes sense. Canoness, Retributors, Sanctifiers. So it looks like more Val's gone up. Looks like all of the things that are good. There. Custodes. Alaris Custodians have been massively buffed. And Custodian Guards. Fine. But that looks like it. So Custodes are getting out alright. And all of your... well, not the Prosecutors, I assume. Yeah, Prosecutors are the same. But Witch Seekers and Vigilators do go down. Bro, you're my favourite VTuber. Thank you very much. Mechanicus. Jesus Christ. They said no to that call bullshit that they pulled. 35 points. Oh, dear. The Iron Striders are also up 10 points per model by the looks of it. And, yeah, Infiltrators. Big squads of Infiltrators are up more than small squads of Infiltrators. Or Sistarians. And Skystalkers, apparently. So, some nerfs there to add mech, but no rules changes. It's on the, if you go to Warhammer Community, it's in the download section. No changes to Titanicus. I believe this is a massive mistake from GW. I really think they should have been nerfing the Warhound Titan, the Warlord Titan. Warhound Titan, I think, needs a bit of a buff, maybe like 5 points. I think this should be 1095. And these guys, this guy should be 3505. Just a small balance change, I think, would really help out here. Eldari! Right, here we go. Janezar and Lycus have both gone up by a fairly big amount. As has Eldrad. Big unit of Fire Dragons was cheaper than 5. That makes no sense.
AdMech changes are based. Worth the buffs.
Based. Yeah, so 10 Fire Dragons was 220, so it was cheaper to have 10. That makes sense. It looks like they've nerfed a lot a lot for Eldari here. It's including the fact you can't do a lot of tricks. So, yeah, well, I mean, you probably deserved it for some reason. No changes at all to Astra Militarum. Nothing. Absolute now. No change. Just no... They forgot they existed. Black Templars, Emperor's Champion, and Castellan. The characters go up. And a few things go down. Kind of minor stuff here. Repulsor Executioner goes up pretty big. Emperor's Champion is a fucking nasty dude, so I guess that's fine. Usual GW triple tap. I still think that Eldari are probably going to be fine. You could probably find other things to do. Eldari is such a broad codex that you can really do a lot with it. Blood Angels. The Sanguinor goes down? Sure, why not? Yeah, Sanguinor goes down, but, you know, my army goes up. Alright, Kairos, Fate Weaver, and Lord of Change go up, but they did get a bunch of buffs. So, remember that. Keeper of Secrets is down pretty big. Rotica's up, and Schlaxi is down massively. Schlaxi is down. Damn. But bear in mind for Kairos, Fate Weaver, and Lord of Change, they got a fairly big buff. Sure. Chaos Knights, the Desecrator and the Ruinator are down. The Despoiler is up. The Despoiler is the battle cannon guy. So fuck him. The Ruinator is the new one, and the Desecrator is... I don't know what the Desecrator is. Oh no, the Abominant is the psychic one. The Rampager is the melee one. The Desecrator. I actually don't know what the Desecrator is. That is your mixed one, by the looks of it. Anti-tank melee. Yeah, it's got like a laser destructor, then a Reaper chain, so that's like a bit of a mix. Cool. Chaos Space Marines. Forge Fiend down. Chaos Lord of Terminator Armor down. Fabius Bile up. Not much there, but a little bit of jiggery pokery. Azrael, Ravenwing, Black Knights, and Azrael, a bit of changes. That's fine. Azrael's the auto-include, right? Just because he gives you command points. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Fine with that. Death Guard, Land Raider down. And Roticus up. Nothing for Death Guard. Death Watch, the Indomitor kill team, went up 15 points. I don't know. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what that means. Sure. Someone smart like Christian Punk Army will be able to tell you why that's a massive punch to the face. Which one was the Indomitor? Was that the Gladius-y one? No, the Gravis one? It was. The Gravis kill team has gone up. Drukhari. Ravager down by 5. Big squads of Reavers up to be the same as if you had 3. Okay, that seems like not a whole lot of a problem. I feel like if you're doing Reavers, you're doing small squads, but I don't know. Wrong. Hey, 5 points off Ravagers, not bad. Emperor's Children, here we go. Right, Chaos Spawn down. Chaos Terminator's down. Demon Prince of Slanesh down, but the Wings up. These are the same as in the Demons, and that's it. It's exciting. For you, Steve, the only thing you'll need to care about is... Fortunately, you're all the way up here. The Desecrators and Ruinators have gone down in points, and Night Despoiler is up by 15. So your horrible battle cannon fucker is no longer... is a bit of a nerf. But everything else got buffed. Grey Knights. Inceptors and Purgation squads get a buff. But not much else. As Imperial Agents, who cares? Also nothing there anyway. So, Imperial Knights, buffs across the board. 10 points away from the Crusader, Defender, Errant, Gallant, and Warden. Apart from that, hello, Winged Prime the Tyrant. Or the Tyrannid. Leagues of Votan. The Arcanist Evaluator has become cheaper. Buri Agnison is cheaper. They buffed the Steeljacks. That's interesting, because I feel like Steeljacks are really good. Like, 6 Steeljacks was nasty against me. But again, I'm just bad. The cars become cheaper. The only thing is this... this went up by 10 points. I don't know what... Oh, is that the one that makes it so that this guy's insanely good? Is that why they did that? That might be why they did it. Necrons. No changes whatsoever for Necrons. None. None at all. Not even, like, thinking, you know, maybe Doomsday Arcs should go up by 1,000 points. Or Monolith should come down, because I want to play a Monolith. Orcs. No changes. They've left Orcs alone. Orc players. You golden. Alright, here we go. Okay, Aggressor's gone down. That's interesting. Athan Shan up 25 points. To be honest, I think he's okay still. I think the problem is here's my big problem. This. Eradicators go down, Caroso Khan goes down, just the regular lieutenant goes down, Tasso Cesarius goes down. This is my big problem with this. Devastating Centurions go up. That's just going to mean people are going to lean more into the Inceptors, right? This is really, really bad specifically for me. For most lists, they only take 9, so that's 30 points. This is a few more than that. It's 40 points for me. Actually, not that much. I take that, but I also take these guys. So that's nasty. That's very nasty for me. Plus this, plus I think also Vanguard Vets. Why this? just nerf it to the ground. Just time to fuck off. Plus that is a bit much. And then a random Storm Speeder that I don't care about. Yeah, so I need to completely retool my list. Very unfortunate. All Terminators have +1 attack on Lightning Claws and hit on 3s. Is that a change? I didn't see any changes. I can go have a look. Pretty sure I didn't see any Space Marine changes. I could have missed something. Unless that's just what they normally do. I don't know. Space Wolves. Why are they buffing Bjorn? Again, it's just because I lost to him, so I'm mad. Grey Hunters, Iron Priest, Murderfang, and Venerable Dreadnoughts all got some points buffs. So Space Wolf players. Okay. Tau, a Breacher team, is down 10 points. Riptides and Skyray gunships are up a little bit. Storm Surges are down 40 points. In the SMPDF? I'll have a look at that. Oh yeah, because there's faction packs we need to go through. Yes. We'll have to do that in a sec. Yes, Storm Surges are down. Strike teams are down. Thousand Suns. It looks like they have nerfed or buffed Zangor Enlightened. If you're just taking 3 models to make them parity to 6 models. Forge Fiend is down. Predator Destructor is down. Mauler Fiend, Mutalith Vortex Beast, 5 Rubrics, and Sorcerers all down, which is quite nice. 105 for 5 Rubrics, that's nasty. And again, remember with Kairos Fate Weaver and the Law of Change, they are massively, massively buffed. They go from having like D3 damage to 3 and 2 damage. It's quite a lot. So that point's nerf is there's a point. And also, Scintillating Legion stuff can do your army rule now in Thousand Sun. That's going to be quite big. Carnifex is massively down. 25 points per model they are down. So Carnifexes are eating good. Screamer Killer is down a little bit as well, but it doesn't look like anything else. So a little bit of things there. World Eaters, Angron is down 20. Slaughterbound is up 15. Goremongers, which I think is the kill team, down 10. The Lord and Juggernaut is up 15. That's quite a lot. And then a couple of hits to one of your detachment enhancements. So seems like they're trying to make Angron. I think 340 for Angron is deal. Feels like. Legends, we're not going to worry too much. But Now we have to go to... It's over here. It's in downloads in here. Let's have a look at the faction packs that have been changed. That one, 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 and that one. Just loading. So far, it seems like Space Marines, at least my list, got the biggest nerf out of everything. Eldari, actually, to be fair, Eldari got massively hit, I think, as well. But Eldari are strong, probably. For some reason, this specific faction pack is taking ages to load, so we'll look at the other ones. That is just the detachment. We'll come back to that, I think. We'll put that at the end. Here we go. Oh, God, they've changed stuff to Shadowmark Talon. That's scary. Hunter's Instinct. In your movement phase, if the bearer is in street reserves for the purpose of setting... Okay, so they've made it so you can't rapid ingress turn 1. Fine. That's... To be fair, I never used that, but the fact they did that and nerfed Vanguard veterans at the same time is a bit shit. That's their kind of classic double nerf. What page do we need to go down to? Like 14. A little bit down. Yeah. Yeah, so this one here. In your movement phase, they've changed. Terminator Assault Squad. Okay. I need to look at what it was before. 1 second. Terminator Assault Squad. So, it used to be... 2 days to watch. They do some short runs. Yes, they're 10 points more expensive per 3. Yes, so it is now 6 attacks per on the Lightning Claws, and weapon skill 3 on the Thunder Hammers. That's pretty big. That makes me want to put some. That makes me want to put some Terminators in my list. 6 attacks, so that's 60 attacks with a squad of 10. Which you could give them sustained hits with. And then on this, 30 attacks at strength 8 minus 2/2. That seems pretty big. At the start of the fight phase, each enemy within engagement range must make a battle. And you could, yeah, it's just at the start of the fight phase. So it used to be each time you end a charge move. Now it's just at the start of the fight phase. That's pretty good. Is there anything else? I think there was an FAQ thing as well, wasn't there? What was the other thing they said? FAQ and errata. So that's down here somewhere. I may have gone too far. We're not gone far enough. I don't know. Check. There's a better way of doing this. It's 4 legends after Imperial armor. If I see legends, I need to go up. If I see anything, I need to... PDFs, alright? We'll let that sort itself out for a sec. Everyone's thoughts. Hello, Massacred boy. My list is 75 points more expensive. Combination of Shan. Shan went up. Vanguard Vets went up. Assault Insurance went up. Devastator's Insurance went up. But Assault Terminator's looking real spicy right now. I'm trying to find the FAQ, but PDFs are horrific. I need to, like, try and find the right page. But then there's a lot of legends. My god, how much legends is there? Good lord. I didn't have to go that far down at all. Am I in the right place yet? Land Raider Helios. Okay, there's Ethan Shan. Okay, so we need to handle it. Below this. Here we go. Right. Capture with jump pack war gear options have changed. If this model is equipped with a heavy bolt pistol and a Astartes chainsword, it can be equipped with a relic shield. As well as heavy bolt pistol and assault chainsword cannot be replaced. So you can now just take a relic shield on your captain with jump pack without having to take a hammer. Cowardly. Take the hammer. And Land Raider Crusaders and Land Raider Redeemers have the Land Raider keyword. Okay, cool. I'm assuming that's got a point. And that's it. Okay, so small thing for the captain with jump pack. Chainsword is peak though, yeah, but you have to use a pistol. Imperial Knights got something here in the FAQ bit down here. So let's have a look. We pledge to reap a great tally deed. Change to this deed is completed at the end of the battle round. If the number of enemy units destroyed by this battle round is greater. Like, any Imperial Knights players in chat? Imperial Knights overall nerfs. I mean, they got a lot of points buffs. Code chivalry. At the end, deed is completed. Where's the deed? What about the deed being complete? I'm not seeing where it says about deeds being complete. Am I blind? You pledge to reap. I don't see this. The thing? Might be dumb. Oh, it's here somewhere. Oh, here it is. This deed is completed at the end of a turn if the number of destroyed enemies units is greater than the battle round number, even if those units are subsequently returned to the battlefield. So now it's the end of the battle round, so you can... I mean, that seems fine. That seems like it's better. Because it gives you more time to do it? All kills are in the same battleground? And that seems fine. Maybe, I don't know. Frosty the Dog, he's 10 months. Thank you for being a subscriber. I mean, I don't know. Emperor's Children got a few things. It looks like the... Oh, that's the new detachment. We don't need to worry about that. That's new detachment. We've seen that. That's also the new detachment. It's fine. That's the new detachment. It's fine. That's the new detachment. It's fine. That's the new detachment. That's fine. This is the Dataslate slate again. I've somehow reopened it. That's that. Oh, yeah, Chaos Demons finally loaded. What's changed? Probably say here, won't it? Demon Prince of Chaos, new datasheet ability. While this model is within 3 inches of one or more Legion's Demonica infantry units, it has Lone Operative. Lord of Change, Chaos Fate, Weaver, that's the change everyone has, and change to Fiona Pain 5+. And Space Wolves have a new thing as well we can have a look at. Saga of the Great Wolf. At the start of your command phase, you can select one of the hunting packs listed below. Until the start of your next command phase, hunting pack is active. You can only select once per battle. It's either reroll, advance, and charge, add one to hit rolls, or lethals or sustained. If you have once per battle, if you have Logan Grimnar, you can select a hunting pack you've already used. So Logan Grimnar gives you double an extra one of these. Adeptus Society's Terminator Captain only. Okay. You can use Rapid Ingress or Heroic Intervention, and you can be attached to Wolfguard Terminators. Nice. Wolf Priest. At the start of the fight phase, something within 6 takes Battle Shock. That is a redeploy. Very nice. And while leading a unit, you have Lance for a Wolfguard Battle Leader. Opponent shooting phase. Oh, that's hang on. Why did they rename Armor of Contempt? This is the only one I've seen where they've renamed Armor of Contempt. Except it's slightly better because it's at the end of the phase, so I don't know why they did that. Sure. That one hunting pack, it's then active, so that's your standard. Select one you've already used, and you can do it again for a unit. Mounted or Walker. Each time a model in the unit makes a normal, it can move through models and terrain features. Yep, so that's a mounted and Walker run through a wall. One Adeptus starts units from your army that has not been selected to move. Till the end of the turn, you can declare a charge, which you fell back. If it's a Space Wolf, it can advance and charge. So just a Space Wolf advance and charge. +1 to hit roll. +1 to wound rolls in the shooting phase. That's pretty good. And a surge unit after being shot. So it seems pretty good. I'm just gonna, for no particular reason, just gonna no particular reason. I'm just gonna leave that on screen while I chat to you guys. What's up? How's it going? It's also just one activation, yeah. So I think that's a global rule now, isn't it? Yeah. What was Space Force point changes? A few buffs. A few things. Why did I get Centurions nerfed? I didn't! Everyone else did. Well, I guess I did by just showing they were really good. The good thing is I can still do 36 Centurions. It's just a bit more tricky. But I do need to rethink my list. Did Victrix cards get changed? Yes, they got 30 points more expensive for the max amount. You also can't do turn 1 rapid ingress in anymore. What changed on EC? I think it was a few things up and down, but not much. Revenge shall be mine with all the rerolls of ones. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that because I'm going to have at least one less unit. Unless I can think of something. And if it's Shan, 25-point nerf. Why bring Centurions? We're going to have a War Dog or an Armiger because Centurions are better in every way. Like, there's no metric where a War Dog or an Armiger is better. Like, that's just maths. I have not checked that, and I have no data to back that up, but that's what I'm saying. Started playing the game 3 months ago, and I have to readjust. I mean, to be fair, that's, like, the amount of stuff that you still have to learn if you've only been in the game 3 months is these point changes are... You might have to change your list about a bit, but it's not going to mean you're learning anything new, right? You're still learning kind of the basics. And I mean, this is very... It's better that they do this than just let it ride for a whole edition. I just imagine that this was, you know, release edition. It'd be horrible. Ivy, 8 months. Do you think Necrons at Orc should have had something changed? I think they're fine. To be honest, they seemed okay. Without changes.
Are Terminators tanky yet? Also, I am sleepy. Send help.
They're not tankier. Thank you again for the membership. They're not tankier, but they are punchier. Like Junkmod says, it would be nice to see them change a few things that are like the internal balance, but I think Necrons and Orcs changing is probably good. I think they're in pretty good places. Hoping they would nerf his oath ability, not the points. Yeah, to be fair, I think because the ability is so good, yeah, it makes sense. Nerf the points. That metric is height. Not if you stand them on top of each other. Or if you stand the person on top of the suit. Or if you stretch out the suit in all its component pieces. Yeah, think about that. Probably the weakest demon Primarch at the moment, yeah. Angron is scary, but it's situationally scary. Your all decent list went up by 100 points. I know this is massively zoomed in, but I'm pretty sure. What were you using? The only way that you could go up by 100 points. I'm guessing you had the Berserker Glaive and the Helm of Ire and 3 Slaughterbound. That's 45, 55, 65. You'd have to have like 2 Lords on Juggernauts, 3 Slaughterbounds, and both of those things. That's be fair, that's on you. And I know, and again, to be properly fair, it's also on me that anytime Devastating Centurions get changed, it massively affects me more than anyone else. You think it's better to play with 40k tabletop online if you can't afford the models? Online is very, very different, I think. Just because there's still a level of anonymity there and it's still online. I don't mind playing it, but I would... I mean, if you got no other choice, then you got no other choice, right? And it's absolutely fine to play online, to be honest. But at some point, yeah, you should get some. What I change about Necrons? I kind of want to see... I just like destroyers. I want to see destroyers get buff. I have an idea for a horrible destroyer list with like 2 monoliths. Funny. Now to your point. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, to be fair, I've used this list a lot. I don't mind like having to retool lists with buffs. I think it's quite exciting. It's quite a fun part of the game. Like, every few months you have a little new puzzle to solve. So I don't mind it. Can't be a problem. Yeah, like TCS. There's something about TCS that just doesn't hit the same. It's also a bit jankier. Like there's some stuff in Tabletop Simulator which is really useful. Like a lot of the aura things, like marking out where the edges of the table are, being able to show your measuring movement as you do it. But it's also, models get caught on all the terrain. It's a bit janky. It crashes all the time. And I think the way the game is played is a little bit different because obviously you can kind of re-rack a bit quicker. It's not quite the same. It's a different thing, but it's not like it's bad. You get to see the cool paint moves. That's the other thing as well. Yeah, that new detachment for Space Wolves looks pretty good. It's very, very good. Very, very good indeed. So I do think I'm going to have to look into Assault Terminator. So I've built 10 of them already. I've built all the Lightning Claws ones. I've built a Captain... Oh no, who's this? Captain. So I might look into that. Maybe I'll have to retool my list a lot. Try and keep 18 Centurions in there. Now let the other generic green units be led by Space Wolves units. So there is a buff. In the new one you can add an enhancement that allows you to do that. Be able to change the heavy, but I honestly can't help but feel glee at their nerfs. Yeah, being able to do a lot of their movement stuff was nasty as hell. So I think they are going to have to chill out a bit on all that. Being able to like jump in and out with fire dragons behind a wall was naff. Hope GW comes up with something better for those in 11th edition. Yeah, that's the other one. Like that's just a 4-up, like it's a coin flip simulator. But honestly, I think looking at it, I don't see anything that's kind of out of place. Obviously, the Raven Guard stuff has been a big hit, but I still think it has play. Like 8th and Shard definitely needed to go up points, 100%. I don't know if they were going to do the you can't rapid ingress turn 1. I don't really think that Vanguard vets need to go up, but 200 points is a lot nicer to work with because it's a round number. Yeah, AdMech did get a lot of changes, but mostly nerfs. But AdMech were very, very good. I think, yeah, they're doing quite well at the moment. DC Demon Prince Wings with nerfs out of place. That's fair. I don't really know too much. I know I think they used like 3 of them per list, right? Any change for Orcs? No. 0 changes. No rules changes, no points changes. So Orcs are safe. Orcs were safe and Necrons were safe, which is quite nice. I feel like both Orcs and Necrons are kind of evenly balanced, and I see at least in my in the Winchester place, they do seem to do very well. Necrons and Orcs. In the right hands, they are nasty motherfuckers. Tyranids, I think the only changes were really Carnifexes were massively buffed, 25 points per model, cheaper. Dorotus got a few nerfs, like the Hospitaliers, 10 Squads of Sacristans, more than Val. Custodians got cheaper, which I don't really agree with, but I don't really, again, that's just because I don't really know Custodians and I keep losing to them. Yeah, I think everything here is probably fine. I've seen decent success with Necrons in Awakened Dynasty as well. But Star Shatter is definitely the best. Hypercrypt, I would like to... I love Hypercrypt. I think if I were to move to another army to play like somewhat competitively, it would be like Destroyer Hypercrypt. Because it's basically Vanguard spearheaded to Centurions. Yeah, Death Guard, no changes. Mechanics just got nerfed. Anything major for you listed on the Centurions? Yes. Vanguard Veterans got 10 points more expensive. Jarn got 25 points more expensive. And I think that was it. It was just those three. Fortunately, I never used the thing that was... They're so bad and competitive, but just making them cheaper makes them stomp at low levels. I think it's Custodians are like... Custodians are basically kind of a mid-board terror. They're because they skew a lot. They're one of those lists where against someone who knows how... I compared them to like people like in League of Legends, like someone like Jacko or Evelyn, like some of the weirder characters. Where if you don't know what to do against them, they'll run over you. But as soon as you know how to defeat them, you can defeat them quite easily. And then it's just a case of can they roll 4-up saves. Did we get new Primaris Centurions for tabletop models? Please say yes, please. Unfortunately, we haven't got that yet. We got nerf. I say we, like we are the Centurions. My Centurions of my Centurion of bad guys over here. I can't know if it's very status. Troy Hypercrypt only works with one unit with an enhancement. And Mounted and don't work with monoliths, which sucks. But I mean, there's also like Scorpex and Ophidians. I kind of basically the 500 worlds box is essentially the perfect box for my stupid destroyer list because it has Hexmark, Ophidians, Scorpex, and Heavy Destroyers. That's literally all I want in my list, apart from obviously characters. So I'm probably going to buy a couple of those boxes. The rules are edition of so boring, that's the problem, not their points. I feel like this is going to be maybe a hot take. I just feel like Custodians are kind of boring. Like, they're just tough gold dudes. Like, they don't do a whole lot. I don't really know what you could do to them to make them interesting. Because they're kind of one-dimensional. They're just the big gold best dudes. Like, imagine paying 180 points for the same list. Yeah, that's the thing. My 36 Centurion list went up 60 points. So I have 50 points to play with for a character. So it's not the end of the world. That's the main thing. It's not the end of the world. It is still a playable arm. I can still have a Warlord. It does make it a lot harder. The 500 worlds of boost Annihilation. I assume one of the 500 worlds attachments is probably going to be Annihilation or Destroyer base. 500 worlds of Nation, yes. Ancient, an Apothecary, a couple of things that could work. They can make the cool Forgeable Dreadnoughts. I feel like they just need to add new Dreadnoughts. I feel like, because there's so many Forgeable Dreadnoughts, just make a Dreadnought chassis. Make a new Custodes Dreadnought chassis in plastic that can have a bunch of stuff. So it's kind of, it would basically be like a mini knight. You think Angron is playable now to 340? I have no idea. I mean, he was always playable. I mean, you could always buy him, put him in a list, and put him on the table. And he, you know, when you move him, as long as your measuring tape walked forward, you know, as long as your measuring tape had inches on it and they were correct inches, he was always playable. Again, if you're asking about, like, you know, viability in the metagame, you're come to the wrong guy. Other people might know. I think making a lot of guitars to choose from for all kinds of things, and you can choose one or two per round, make it more interesting. Yeah, I mean, they kind of did that in 9th edition, right? I feel like the problem with something like with custodians, you make them too. If you give them too many options, then they will just be able to do whatever they want, and you can't really stop them. I feel like having an army. I feel like there is room in the game for an army that is simple. Like custodians are very, very simple, and I feel like you don't have to have every single army be complicated. This is by far the least amount of 4K I played. Did you make a full beast snag an army? Did slow growth and enjoyed it, but 9th was my opinion better. That's fair. I think 10th is by far way better than 9th. And I've played a lot. Obviously, I've played a lot more in 10th. Are you fiddling with something? Yes, sorry. I'm fiddling with my stylus for my tablet. I am fiddling. But 10th, and the other thing is I think more people are playing 10th because it is. I like using all 5 mods, exactly. There you go. Why is the monolith 400 points? Because someone threw it at a guy's backline, I guess. Monolith of 400 I think is fair, because they are tough as fuck. But that doesn't mean that shouldn't stop you. I'm still thinking of trying to enlist with 2 monoliths, even though that's 800 points. We give you this hard time. Thank you very much, Christine. This is a mournful time for the Screaming Ravens. The argument with viability for playability. Playability is always a case of it's ultras. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, and again, viability, I feel like is only a discussion at the very top end, right? Like, if you want to play Angron and you find a way to make it work, you will probably, and you practice that, you will probably be able to beat at least 50% of the people you go against. Like, I beat, I have a 40% win rate with 18th century. Like, basically every 2 in 5 games I'm winning, which is pretty good. Is it? And again, like, if I had my list that was a bit more meta, I could win more. But that's not where I find the fun in the game, and I don't think that's where you should find the fun either. It's more fun for me to be able to go to these tournaments and just be like, hey, this is my thing and I'm going to get better with it and then it's going to surprise people. Rather than going, oh, I'm just going to play a meta list and try and win with a list that I didn't think about myself. Pretty casual, but you might worry about viability sometimes. It's not worth it, even if you're casual. Because here's the thing. I say this a lot, but it's that you will learn a lot more. If you learn a lot more about, like, fundamentals, how to deploy, how to move, how to do certain tricks, like, you will win a lot more, and that will be list agnostic. And again, like, if I played against Skari and I gave him 36 Centurions and he gave me his, like, award-winning Drukhari list, he'd still win because he knows more tricks. He knows how to play the game. I've recently started using, in my last tournament, which I'm making the video on, Heroic Intervention did so many things that I've never done before. Like, that, like, just learning stuff like that helps so much that it doesn't matter what you take. And if you have fun with 2 monoliths or 2 stompers, you're going to have a better time and enjoy the game more than trying to worry about if it's viable. Just drop via the 10 chosen brick with him is already very expensive, for only having 1 damage attack and dying decently quickly. Yeah, I mean, I've heard the chosen brick's bad, but I just shot it in. I just killed 5 of them in Overwatch. 36 Centurions isn't playable anymore. It is still playable. 36 Centurions is still playable. That is the nice thing that that GW did for us here at Paul is Bad at Stuff, is they didn't. If it was 5 points more, it would not be playable, because that would be only 35 points left, and I couldn't do it. But I need to clip that and put it in his 40k channel. Don't worry too much about color. The thing is, right? Balthasar, thank you for resubscribing for 3 months. Is learning the game more helpful than using this? Yeah, the list does not matter. here's the thing. Like, when people discuss viability, I understand those discussions. Because that is like fun to kind of come together and try and work out like what's best, what's what's going to be top of the ranking, what's like the best thing you can do. But those are fine discussions to have. But you shouldn't let those change what you want to do. Right? Like, it's interesting to look at the Shadowmark talent stuff and say, yes, 9 Centurions or 6 with a bunch of Inceptors, and using the Turbo Rapid Ingress stuff. Like, talking about that is interesting. I don't mind talking about that. Like, that is kind of fun. But it's when people go, okay, I've had that conversation now. I can't use my list because it doesn't do that. Like, no, you can still use your list. You just now know what you have to come up against. Range 50 times 6 is... Yeah, it's not 350 times 6. It's 350 times 3 plus 300 times 3. Because you only use 3 lots of Devastators and 3 lots of Assaults. So it's 1950. It used to be 1890. Now it's 1950. It's the this is unplayable when it means this isn't optimal. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it is absolutely... Again, the kind of conversations and, the best practices and whatever and, what's the best is only going to matter to the top players. Because at the end of the day, you could just roll 6s and still win. I'll be worried about feels bad and wasting money, which is a valid concern. I mean, that is one of the fair things. But again, if you like the models and you get a lot of use out of them in terms of painting them and playing them, even if they're not very good, like, it's still fine. I guess it's in terms of like if you go to a tournament. Put it this way, right? If you had a list of your favorite models and units and it wasn't at all like optimized, and you kept going to tournaments, eventually you will start beating people with that unoptimized list because you will know that list better and how to utilize it more, and you'll learn tricks with it, and eventually you'll be able to get to a point where there's going to be a point where your skill and your list are kind of parallel, right? It's at the point where if your list is stopping you from getting higher ranking, then change the list. But if it's your skill that isn't making you get higher rankings, then the list doesn't need to change. And if you want to use your favorite stuff, then until your skill catches up to the list in terms of what's blocking you making progress, you should be fine. And again, just have fun. I'm still trying to figure out how folks even start making lists. I just look at the blank slate and go, yeah, that's true. I've tried making some Age of Sigmar lists recently, and I was just like, I don't know how to do it. I don't know what to do. So I feel your pain. Like, when I make a Age of Sigmar list, I like put stuff I'd like in, and I'm like, yeah, but is this any good? I don't know. What's my favorite and least favorite mini? Favorite is Devastator Centurions, least favorite is Rogue Horde. I now field 6 card effects, 540 points. Hell yeah.
Hear me out.
Thank you for the
Deathwatch for Deep Strike Uppy Downy.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Deathwatch is I love we should play Imperial Agents because they're the best models. Yeah, but Imperial Agents doesn't really matter. Viability matters to me a lot personally because my agents are several regulars who are big tournament guys. 2 dudes are on a Team Canada, another dude very, very high competitive bugs. But here's the thing, right? Like, my local meta is actually got quite a lot of very good players as well. A lot of people like Team Mind Goblins, people who have finished like top 100. If you're trying to compete with them, then yes, obviously, if they are top people, that's their thing. But you could still learn if your skill level is nowhere near their skill level, you could still learn a lot with your own list and have fun that way. And you could probably get taught a lot of interesting like little things there. And then when you go to another tournament with not constant, big tournament guys, you can do better. Like, but again, it's one of those things where if you're going into those games with your silly list and you're still treating it as like they're going to go like full to the wall, then yeah, obviously you need a more viable list. But you can just say, hey, I want to try this weird ass list. Can you help me see if what works, what doesn't? And they'll probably have fun with that puzzle. That's the thing I always say with the 18th Centurions. It's a puzzle. A really fun puzzle for them. Like making the 2 lots of 3 Assault Centurions, 1 block of 6 was awesome. Yeah, when you lose those guys... Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I've lost to, you know, Ben Jones is one of the top players in the world. I've spoken to Scary before. Same thing. My worst loss was like 100 to 25 points-wise, and I spoke to that guy and got some advice from him. People are always happy to share and help, and people like... I've never had a reaction to my list going, "Oh, that's not very viable." I've always had a list of people go, "That's very funny, I love it." Like, no one has ever gone, "That's stupid." And this was before people really knew me as a YouTuber as well. People who don't know me as a YouTuber go, "That's very funny." You know, again, people take Thunderhawks. Some guy at the last event took nothing but Dreadnoughts. Like, you could do stupid stuff. You avoid 36 euros because you're not ready to lead national. It's true, yeah. It's because I know the devastation I would wrought upon the 40k community if I showed 36 Centurions being viable. I would find it so fucking funny if somehow, like, I play 36 Centurions and go, actually, this is insanely good, like, broken levels good, and I somehow win a tournament and go, oh, yeah, everyone was ignoring this. You trim 45 points through your RG Phobos team list. Yeah, I assume that's take away Aether Shah, and that's most of it. Or two Alberts in my... Well, it says I love pinball. It's not meta, but I went 3-2. Yeah, exactly, like... Yeah, 2 Stompers. Paul's local meta is really good, yeah. There's some really, really scary players at Winchester. I think Winchester catches a lot of people. Like, I think people come down from, like, Chichester, London. Like, people go from quite a ways to play at the Winchester. I'll make a list work somehow. Yeah, that's the thing. Making a list work. Again, it's the... I fear the man who's practiced one kick 10,000 times, not the man who's practiced 10,000 kicks one time. The worst also was a guy called Brett. That guy called Brett. Oh, dear. I mean, there you go. Triple Rampager. Hilarious. Yeah, I mean, 90 points card effects. I do like card effects. They are a cool model. But again, Horus Heresy at one-day event teamed with one of the most meta players ever. Full Alpha Legion character sniper. Really horrible form. Mate picks a heavy tank with nothing but Volkite. Lots more really fun, yeah. Run 3 box knots. Yeah, like the guy who ran the nothing but Dreadnoughts list had some box knots as well. It was like 3, I think it was 3 Blisters, 2 Brutalis, 3 Redemptors, 2 box knots, I think, or something like that. It was 13 total. That probably doesn't add up to 13. A local is in a working man's club in Sheffield. It's the best 5 before it came out. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's lots of... And again, this is one thing where people go, you know, I don't like playing meta and stuff. And I think the problem is people go to a local club, and the local club kind of, because it's new people against new people, kind of always defaults to like whatever standardized, just to make it easier so people aren't arguing about terrain and whatever. But eventually you can find your, you know, the people who love the kind of the narrative side. You'll find that group of people within those communities, and you can do stuff like that. Are you missing the Turkey Buster? You bring a Hammer of the Emperor triple death strike. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to be around. But I mean, it looks like there's a lot of players who've gone to the Turkey Buster. It looks like it'd be a really fun one. I probably would have brought something stupid. The first game in person against Scary, and I know who it was, got stopped hard even at my first game. This was back in 9th. Oh dear. I mean, I got stopped hard by Ben Jones, but he was nice about it. Well, absolutely not valid, but supposed to make an Imperial Knights just a single knight model. Hilarious. Anyone check on Paul's Vampire for make sure his GC cults are okay? I don't think there were any changes to GC cults at all. As crazy as the lists are, they skew hard and some stuff. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, this is the thing with Devastator Insurance, right? If you can't deal with them, they win. I might lean into... when I remake the list, I might lean into it. I might drop Reich and the Vanguard vets. I may even drop Shan. I don't know. I think I still need to have Shan in the list just because of the CP. But I feel like I kind of want to maybe change it, because if I drop Shrike, and I don't mind dropping the JPIs, I do love the Vanguard vets. They're my favorite models. I will have to keep them in there somehow. But I'm wondering if I go like just a tankier build. That's just I don't know. What loadout to spam 90-point card effects? I don't know actually. What are people's thoughts about that? I like the hobby attracts the best of worst kind of people similar to like D&D and Magic. This is the thing, yeah, right? Like again, the people who are like the kind of the people who you consider the kind of I guess the standard, you know, the textbook that guy. They aren't that guy just in 40k. They're the same that guy that is a that guy in Magic and D&D. But you have so many more people that are not. Again, 45. I've had 45 competitive games now, or tournament games, I should say. Zero bad experiences, and made some, you know, met some cool people, made some great friends. You know, it's not the, you know, body odor dank pit that I think it probably used to be, because it's so much more accessible now. I think, you know, a lot of people are telling me that, you know, they're going to their first tournament, they're getting back into the game. Like, I think people have realized, and I think the fact that games are so easy to do because there's a lot of standardization, it just makes it easier to pick up a game. Such a big point drop. Yeah, that's quite cool. You include 12 dreads for 2,000 points in a Space Wolf list? Hell yeah. Probably that guy to quit Magic play a different game. That's the thing, right? Like, I was speaking to someone, and what they do, he's not that guy at all. He was a very nice guy, but he's someone who plays all of those kind of games, and basically is like, for the next like couple of years I'm going to play 40k, and then I'm going to go play some Star Wars something, and then I'm going to play some Magic. Like, they jump around to different games, with the same attitude between them. So I imagine there's that guy who does the same. Who's like, oh, you know, no one wants to play Magic with me. I'm going to go play 40k and try and win there. You know what I mean? So it's very much a... very much a thing that it's kind of person-based. I think the UK just has a nice tournament scene to Canada. That's the other thing as well, to be fair. Like, I wonder how a lot of it is, you know, kind of maybe US tournaments are horrifically stinky. Maybe Canada tournaments are bloodthirsty. Maybe the stereotype about Canadians being super nice is only because, you know, they're bottling all their rage for 40k. But as far as I know, the UK scene, like every UKTC event I've been to, has been great. I think maybe the UK again. Part of that, I think, might be still price, right? Because, again, we have, in the UK, we have the easiest access to models, which means we can afford and have an easier time making city lists. Whilst in places like the USA, Canada, places where there's less access to models, it's harder to go, oh, well, I want to try 3 Stompers when you live in Iceland and there's 1 Stomper in the entire country. You know what I mean? Like, again, being in the UK does come with... being in the UK has some problems. We won't go into them. But Warhammer is not one of them. 0 Roman 1 times 6 plasma receptors. Gone. That makes sense. Canadians aren't nice, we're polite. That's fair. Going to my first tournament in January, I'm worried about the other patrons that will be there. Don't worry about the other people. Everyone else will be great. Like, again, just, you know, treat me like you would anyone else, right? I think some people will also unfairly paint someone who is simply competitive as that guy. Yeah, that's the other thing. I feel like when people have a clashing like that, like if someone goes, oh, that's not in the rules, can you show me your rules? Someone might have an adverse reaction going like, oh, God, you're such a, you know, competitive meta monkey or something. It's like, oh no, you'd like just play the game and follow the rules. Again, I think that's just a personality clash, and yeah, again, 2 sides of the story, right? But it goes the other way as well, right? Like, I'm sure someone went, oh, yeah, I beat this guy, he wasn't very good at the game. The other guy was like, I just want to start the game and play my models. Again, it's a communication thing. Because, you know, you see the thing, it's like, oh, you know, my friend's trying to teach me to... My friend wants me to get into 40k, and he's teaching me by literally just ruffle stomping me over and over again. It's like, that's not great, is it? I remember playing Warhammer into tournament. My first fight was top 10 player. That's the thing. You showed me he was a gentleman about it. That's the thing. Like I have been destroyed, but people have always been gentle. And I'm playing Trench Crusade. Maybe. I do like the idea of Trench. Pocket Duck. 7 months. Thank you very much.
Smile.
Smile indeed. What's better than for playing someone who's bad at the game or bad attitude? 100% playing someone who's bad at the game. A bad attitude will ruin a game. But someone who's bad at the game with a good attitude, you can help. And you can teach, you can have fun with, and you can do silly stuff with. I would rather play against someone who, like, just didn't understand the concept of what a dice was, if they were nice, than someone who knew all their rules but was a knobhead. And again, that's why it comes up in the video that I'm making, hopefully this week as well. People ask, like, what's your favorite army to play against? And I've never known why people ask that question, because the answer is player. I would rather play against the most meta top player playing the most meta thing if they're nice, versus someone who's playing like, oh, they're cool, you know, super lore accurate army, but they're a knobhead about it, right? Alternate 2018 Ultra Short. That's the thing. Like, I think the smaller games as well. I guess the one thing you could find with smaller games, is they could get quite, you know, insular. It could become quite a niche. There's quite a lot of like inside jokes and stuff where once you get inside that, it's fine. Like anyone who joins my Discord is probably going to have a weird time wondering what the hell's going on. But something like 40k is a lot more universal. So there's kind of less of that until you get to the top. First thing I look at this is Paul morosely looking at Centurion price hike. Yeah, this is going to just be my background for every stream going forward until they fix it. No difference between a noob and a newbie. A noob thinks they know the rules and acts like they don't. Noob don't. A newbie doesn't know anything but isn't ready to master out. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, it's that point where someone starts blaming external things for losing, even if they're not very good. There's the class. I can't watch it because it's so cringy. But any kind of League of Legends players, you know about the Malphite clip, where someone is playing with their, like, quote unquote friend. I don't know if they would be friends anymore, but he's just like, Malphite doesn't do anything. Malphite just killed you. Yeah, but he doesn't do anything. You're an idiot. He like dives the tower and dies. Like, you're an idiot. It's like, that's the kind of player who's a knobhead. Thank you for the super chat. Athanase?
Is it century over?
It is. It's devastatingly over. It's not really over. Versus someone who's insufferable also doesn't know the game where... Yeah, someone who's just bad at just everything. The answer to this question is the Orc player. I've never had a bad game with an Orc player, especially Orc dads. Yeah, I've not found any stereotype. Like, usually you have like a stereotype of, oh, you know, the Orc players are... They just go, oh, whoa, whatever. Or like the, you know, Custodians players are all trying to be Henry Cavill, or all the World Eaters players are trans. Like, I haven't really seen any of those stereotypes. I also think because people jump around with lists days, it's thing. Oh, the Streamer Raven is the reason why my Grey Knights have a Storm Raven? Sure. Yes. Go with yes. One game when that my opponent got very upset with me, he was running a variety of custodians while I spammed hell passes with a redemption. Have you not heard that? There's a lot of I guess for some reason there is a fairly, I'm sure I saw this, like World Eaters players or transgender folk are more likely to be World Eaters players. I don't know if that's something I just made up. I'm pretty sure that's something I've seen. Like, there's something about being transgender that just makes you want to carve people's skulls in, and I can see why. Any trans folk in chat, can they confirm? The trans people are transphobic. It's the trans folk. World Eaters and Tyranids players are more likely to be trans. There you go. I know there's definitely a there's a stereotype about Tyranid players being women because they just love the gribblies. They love the cute gribblies. There's something about the fact that they're like these ugly beasts that they're just like, oh, they're so cute. I want to rip people apart. Or the Empress Children. I mean, I think Empress Children isn't even born. Honest. But Death Guard player, but I'm a big Angron fan. There you go. And you had sitting on a chair looking defeated while this is in the background. Can I do both? Probably not. Probably not in time. Again, I'm not saying like it's every, it's one of those like stereotypes. Obviously, there is going to be a lot of trans here. I've heard about what he's not witnessed. My clique, it's Tyranids, Battle Sisters. Yeah, sure. I met a few non-binary people, myself included, play Mechanicus. As soon as I understood the weakness of my flesh. I'm trans, EC, NIDS, and Sisters of Battle. Did think about World Eaters. So there you go. Okay, there you go. Turns out. Again, it's not one of those ones like, I want to play World Eaters, and everyone goes, oh, we know a thing. No, it's just one of the things I've seen. And again, obviously, it's not everyone. It's one of those just like fun little stereotypes. But yeah, it seems like, Empress Children, NIDS, Sisters of Battle, and World Eaters. I'm already playing an Angron. I don't play World Eaters as much as dope. It is. Most of our fellow Guard players also used to or still play Orcs. I mean, that makes sense, because you kind of want to actually have fun with 40k, so instead of just playing boring Guard, you kind of actually want to, have a little bit of excitement in your life, in your vanilla-ass, boring, modern, not futuristic tank life, so you play Orcs. What does Jed have to do with army you play? What the fuck? It's just a fun little stereotype. Like, it's not like a major, like, it's got nothing to do with it. It was just something I've seen, which is like. Everyone remembers that problematic BT players are not 9% normal. It's not 40k as a hobby that's the issue of that. It's the world that's the problem with that. That is not a 40k exclusive thing to remember the negativity versus. It's because, I mean, shit, we're on YouTube and Twitch. Who are like what sells on YouTube and Twitch? Negativity. That gets the clicks. And that's why it kind of becomes more of a cycle, right? When's the Dataslate come out? About an hour ago. Former inactive soldiers playing Imperial Guard is the biggest and truest stereotype. Yes, that is. It's a known fact that 100% of people who play Imperial Guard have some connection to the military. Not a real fact, but. You one female player that trades Yukari? So. Or reporting, yeah, that's the thing. Or just saying negativity. What do you think about the World Eaters points changes? I mean, it seems fine. Like a few characters nerfed. Angron buffed, but. Did they buff Centurion in points? Let me have a look at the screen. No. No, they did not. Plus 8 bundles went to strength 10. Oh, nice. There's a header expensive now. They were always pretty expensive. This is not the worst they've been. They were 370 at one point. Anything on Votan and Eldari? Votan got a couple of small buffs. Eldari, don't look at Eldari. Eldari are really upset right now. Yes, this is we've been through it. So if you want to watch the VOD and go through the whole thing, this is just the most. This is the only bit that matters of the data slate. So My aunt is trans, and no matter what game, she falls in love with the fast, aggressive characters. What is 40k and mech like locust speed? There you go. The one person who agrees with me makes my entire stereotype completely fine. Any idea what your country list to survive 18th century? It's going to be a massive shift, I think. I think I'm going to massively shift. Well, here's the other thing, right? I don't actually have that many tournaments left till the end of 11, so I could just massively shift it for this. I think Eldarius will be fine. Don't actually remember if we have different opinions, beliefs to get along. Seems to be a thing fast. I don't think that's true. The difference is the internet. The difference is the fact that you have, rather than it just being like you and like your close circle or your local community, now it's you and every single person in the world, and that's going to cause a lot of people to clash. Again, what you see on the internet is not true of reality. Going to tournaments, I was thinking, you're going to come against those guys or whatever. Never happened. Anytime people, complain about this, that, and the other, it very rarely happens in my experience in real life. Obviously, some things still do happen, but they were probably all. I think it's just a case of, like, again, it's internet reality versus actual. That's the problem. Oh yes, the app update before the Dataslate came out. Got 1 times 6 plasma receptors, 1 times 3 eliminators, and a plasma gladiator lancer. Yeah, assault insurance is still good. The internet was the greatest and worst invention. Oh yeah, 100. I'll tell you what it is more than the internet: social media. Social media is a stain on humanity. And I say that as someone who currently works in essentially social media, which is why I don't have like I don't use like Facebook, Instagram, whatever. It's not worth it. But the thing is, the internet the internet is good. As humans, we should not have to take in that much information and news and content and opinion. It's impossible to get your head around. So I barely look at the news. I kind of try and keep up with current events, but I'm not deep diving into it because I just don't have the brain power for it. You have to update it manually. Yeah, I think you have to update it manually. It's a bit annoying. Why? And again, this is something that goes back to other things like social media. Social media as a concept is a good idea. It allows you to connect with your friends and family wherever they are in the world and keep people updated. The problem is what people do to other people, where they see that tool and go, I'm going to exploit that for maximum profit. I'm sorry we're having kind of like a half, let's talk about war now, half, fuck the world, simultaneously, but it's always a problem. The kind of people who are exploiting those things are the kind of people who exploit whatever other thing they could. It's just selfishness of, which is why I try and stay positive and make positive content, because I want to counter that. I understand now that I'm kind of ranting and raving, but it's why I always try and say, like, tournaments are great. Meeting people is fun. Playing Warhammer is fun. Like, just constantly being negative is a drain. I try and be a bit more. And I know if you probably scroll back through this, you'll be like, oh my god, they nerfed my shit, but that was mostly just joking. Issue of social media is designed to force to feed us only the very best riches. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's the. I think people are becoming more cognizant. I think that is kind of starting to change. The kind of comparison comparison being the theft of joy, because you have so many more like things coming in. But the flip side of that, which is quite good, is the amount of collaboration you can get. Like even like if you look at something like painting Warhammer, when I was a kid, like thinning your paint may have been like a white dwarf or a painting guide like somewhere in small text. Now you can go on the internet and there's hundreds of massively like artistic and talented people ready to share their information, which is amazing. Even this conversation about like what's the best thing to take for a list, like you have so much like knowledge there that people can share, which is, I think, kind of outweighs it. I think that's good. It's also great. I find a more casual, relaxed experience at a tournament than the average LGS pickup game. That's the thing. I think it's because I think with LGS pickup games, you're going into something where it's kind of a one-off thing. You don't really know what to expect. You might have different ideas of the game, but going to a tournament, everyone kind of has an idea of what to expect. By the time my local scene pretty mature and stands just trying to have fun. Yeah, that's the thing. Have more women playing my local store than men? That's awesome. So, Cosmic Desperado, how's it going? Where that Trench Crusade, what faction are you going to play? I think it was I like the Demon. There's another one I liked as well, but I can't remember it. Financial system. I mean, it's great for spreading fake news propaganda. Again, that is it's not like fake news and propaganda wasn't a thing before social media. Again, it's people will use whatever tools they can to push their narrative. It's not like we haven't got examples of, you know, propaganda posters for centuries. You know, it's a lot easier to get it a lot further with social media. But find it hard to find casual games in new play. It depends what you mean by casual, right? In terms of just like two people who kind of just go in there, not kind of chilling out, then if you mean like, because you could play a casual game against someone who's really good and can teach you the game, but that's a different. I guess it's like finding someone at your level. It's hard to find someone at your level and know what your level. I love my sister's Oops All Walkers list and would never have gone to play it. It wasn't Reddit telling me to. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Oops All Walkers sounds hilarious. How Orcs looking? No changes. Absolutely no changes. Free army list needs sourcing because they're over the point. Lucas, what does EDH and CEDH? I actually am not. I don't want to buy my space. But they just got a massive like new thing that would look cool. You should play that. But everyone more or less knows what they're doing. There's a lot less issues. Local meta is usually way more top. It really depends. Like the thing is, my local meta is the same as the tournament local. Like people who play, like most places around here, also play at the tournament. Tom's 150 points too heavy. That's coward way. You should do it anyway. Commander in Magic the Gathering CEDH is a competitive version. Oh, okay. Command Development competitive. Elder Dragon Highlander. I had an idea for a style of 40k tournament. I want to see if you guys think it's a good idea. Basically, the way it works, it will be like a one-day, like 3-game event or something. You have 3,000 points. You only ever play with 2,000. You bring 3,000 points worth of models. Anytime a model dies, it dies for the rest of the tournament. So you have to rejig your list with your reserve stuff back up to as close to 2,000 as you can. And then whatever's left at game 3. And see who can win. By 5 points? Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm sure it'll be fine. Personally, you, James Workshop, me and my friends play the rules we like, not the ones you make. That's fair. Again, that's the thing, like, looking at balanced data states is completely not worth your time, right? That's the thing I get with some comments. It's like, you know, I don't play this game, I play one-page rules. Like, well, why are you here? Why not go support one-page rules content creator? Like, why are you here just to be negative? I'm not saying you're being negative, I'm just saying, like, that's what I found from some people. Is Reggie the only commander available was Elder Dragon 200? Super fun, but would make Horde army super good, I suppose. Yeah, I'm not expecting this to be at all balanced. It'll just be a fun, stupid thing. I don't think anything happened to GSC. Was Highlander because you only have one copy? Yeah, I've heard about that. That's the thing. The duo tournaments are a thing. There's one that someone runs the midlife wargaming. They run doubles tournaments semi frequently in our local meta. I really want to play some of his because he does Speed Hammer, which is like 500 points. He does Spearhead, and he does duos or doubles events. And he also does like 3,000 point proper big events. I really want to go to them, but every single time he does one, I'm away. I mean, Crusade has out of action tests and stuff, but it doesn't. You don't lose the model, but you do get massive cars. And again, I've been invited to a couple of doubles events, and again, I've been away for all of them. It's a real shame. They both EW and OPR. Most do group. That's the other thing. Like I have played one-page rules. People say, "Oh, you should play one-page rules." It's like I have, and it's fun, but it's a very different game, so I don't see it as a replacement. You can do two, although it is. I do admit it is very difficult to do. Usually for doubles, it's like whatever the points is, you halve it for each player. How would reanimating model work? Would you be able to revive models that died previous game? Plus the amount of potential to screw each other by just trying to kill as many. I mean, that's part of the game, right? Like, also part of the game is, can you hide from people trying to kill you? I think if it reanimates, let's say it's like the protocol that allows you to bring a character back for Necrons, you get that once per tournament. But anything that is lost wounds regens them the next game, just to make that a bit simpler to kind of keep track of. If you've got like a 1 wound space rune, it goes back up to 2 for the next game. But no models come back. I guess for stuff like Necron's reanimation protocols, yeah, you would be able to bring stuff back into that unit that died in the tournament. So, kill full units of Necrons, I guess. What were the changes to the Assault Terminator data sheet? The Lightning Claws went up to 6 attacks each, and Thunder Hammers are BS3, or weapon skills. Greg's deserving of the hype. Probably heading to UK next year. Greg's is a nostalgia. Greg, to be fair, it's cheap, it's cheerful, it gets the job done. Sausage rolls are nice, pasties are nice, slices are pretty good. It's fine. It is good. Greg's is nice. Depending on where you go, you'll have an easier time finding them up north. When I lived in Middlesbrough, you could always see a Greg's from another Greg's. Down here in Southampton, less easy to find the Greg. How about if they ruin Centurions? Not too bad. They're still cheaper than they were at the start. I remember that. They were 370 at the start. To be fair, and again, I have to be real fair. Centurions are fucking busted. Devastated Centurions are broken. Honestly. I think they might still be too cheap. They are insanely powerful for what they do. Like, the amount of damage output and consistency they get is just absurd. And when you can mitigate their one weakness, which is slowness, with moving them around the table, they are absolutely sick now. It was okay. It was, but yeah, it's fine. But it's go to Newcastle. We have a 21 Grays and 1 near station 24 hours. Exactly. Question's been at like bandits disbalanced state. No, they bloody didn't. I didn't. I lost 75 points. All shilling for Big Centurion. It's true. I do wonder if there is a way to do a commander type format in 40k, but I don't think there is. Like, obviously, one data sheet per army is a thing, but I don't really know enough about commander to really understand, because it's got something to do with like you choose your commander and then whatever color they are, you get to only use that. So you could do it like if you have a jump pack character, you can only use jump packs or something. I don't know how you'd really fix that. Sorry if you hear shaking. I'm trying to thing that I. No, leave it all for later. Or maybe pick up Centurion Curse. Hell yeah. This went up to 005 because Azrael went up points. Yeah. I mean, Azrael is very strong. 0 orc changes. Orcs can't win events and hard to go 4-0 starts. To be fair, I know some orc players who are very, very strong. So have gone stable with orcs even for a while now. With no changes, they're probably pretty happy with it. One unit data sheet would probably be playing army with smaller range. That is fair. It only worked for some army. I've been visiting Sunderland, Hartlepool, Whitby area to visit family. Anything I should know? No idea about those areas. I went to uni in Middlesbrough. And I like the north. York is a lovely city. Durham's a lovely city. They see what colours they're painting on the GW website. You're gonna use blue things if you play Ultramarines. T-Suns are gonna be interesting, I think. Mostly I think just because now that your Scintillating Legion can do your army rule, I wonder if that's gonna change how you play. I wonder if we're gonna see a lot of Kairos Fate Weavers the changes. That's my thought. Yeah, I've been to Newcastle before. Only once. Newcastle's nice. Yeah, Durham and York are. If you're there, if you're visiting the UK and you're in that area, might be a bit of a trek. But York is a fantastic city. So we went on our honeymoon just after we got married. We went to York. There's a really nice board game shop there.
Boogers.
Thank you very much for the 4 months with Boogers. Is it Traveling Man? Really good board game shop, and it's got Warhammer painted. I recommend it. York also has the Jorvik Centre, the Train Museum, which I think is being developed. So by the time you get there might be more stuff for the Train Museum. So I got a point increase. Yeah, it's a 25 point increase. Well, I think that's fair. He was far too cheap for what he did. To be honest, he just provides so much value. York, like Yorkshire, like Yorkshire tea. Yes, York is indeed in Yorkshire, and that is where they make it Yorkshire. When I drank tea, Yorkshire tea was the one I don't drink. I didn't like Raven Guy competing at Ultramarine. Yeah, it's my own fault, really. I should have just been an Ultramarine player. Like, my own fault, frankly. Should have seen this coming. The British is true. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't drink hot drinks anymore. I know there's decaf versions, but I can't drink caffeine, and I don't like. I used to drink a lot of Coca-Cola, like Coke Zero, and I just hard stopped it. Even though there is like decaf versions, I just like, I don't want to drink something where if I'm in a place where I can't drink it, because it's not a decaf version, I don't want to like have that taste anymore. So I just, and I never drank coffee because so I don't understand how people can drink or taste coffee. It smells and tastes like absolute fucking garbage. 160 is not viable now. You can't rapid ingress with it. Well, I mean, that is fair because it was broken. He goes to rapid ingress turn 1 was not good, but still being able to deep strike turn 1 is not terrible. Let's think about it a bit. Like having it on like a single character with lone op, that's still pretty good. The Rio, I don't even know what Rio is. I mostly switched to squash. Lemonade. Giants 110 points now? Yeah. I think that's fair. 85 was far too cheap. I probably would have said 100. But I'm not... If 110, I'm like, yeah, alright. I think I'm doing a trip where I drive the UK, go from Wales to Scotland over a week. If you go from Wales to Scotland, you miss out Cornwall. Cornwall is a beautiful part of the country, so you should not miss out. You could do Land's End to the other end of the country called Land's End and it's on the tip of my tongue. Basically, like bottom of the country's at the top. Hey, look, man, it's going alright. How are you? Shadowmark Talon probably dead at competitive level. I think it's still fine. Shadowmark Talon, again, I use Vanguard Spearhead a lot as well, like when people were only using like Gladius. Shadowmark Talon's still very, very strong. It still has a lot of power. I think that the kind of meta list that you see, which had like the 6 or 9 Centurions and lots of Inceptors and like 2 squads of Vanguard Vets, that's going to go. No one's going to play it anymore, and most of the top players are going to move on. But I still think it's good. I'm still going to... But... Feels like a fuck you GW, yeah. Bring a sense down. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think they should bring them down. Running 6 of them is strong. They are really good. Every poorly bit's fine. Nice. There's a lot of nice areas in the UK. To be fair. And again, to be fair, Wales, again, lovely country. Do you drink apple juice? I do actually like apple juice. I usually have it with like a breakfast. If you order a full English breakfast without beans, I'm going to get chased out of the country. Yeah, you'll be executed on the spot. Fortunately, now to be fair, most places now will put beans in a little tub at the side that you can just take off the plate and ignore. But what they will do is if you ask for no beans, they'll say, sorry, you're getting just beans. And they sound the... Everyone in Britain knows the bean alarm, right? Like, you know, the kind of... When someone doesn't order beans and they open the tank from above the seat that you're sitting at, and you just get absolutely just bombarded with beans. Very common in this country. A bit of a nightmare to clean up, but usually a team effort. Then to remove the black pudding, absolute coward. Black pudding's great. UK is nice to stay away from a lot of the major cities. Oh, that's not true. London is actually a very nice city. Like, in small doses for me. Like, there's a lot of stuff in London if you haven't done it before. But also, I'm just not a big fan of big cities anyway. Like, York is a wonderful city. Right, now I've got to try and think of cities that are good. Winchester, which is just up the road from me. Winchester's a lovely city. Basically all the historic ones. Wasn't Birmingham the inspiration for Mordor? Now, to be fair for Birmingham's getting a lot of redevelopment at the moment. Mostly they're getting a lot of like sports stuff because Tom Brady and Tom Wagner are like the majority owner of Birmingham City Football Club. So they're building like a really nice new sports quarter with a brand new stadium and stuff. But also it's still Birmingham. Like the Monty Python spam bit with the beans. Exactly. Like, you want spam, 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 baked beans and spam. Or just beans or toasted beans in general. You gotta have like proper bread. Even though they're probably exactly the same. No mushrooms, no black pudding, no tomato, and I'll take it the full English. Absolute. Okay, I know a lot of people don't like tomatoes, but no mushrooms and black pudding? Come on now. Like how you've taken over an hour to take in the bad news. This is now I'm just complaining about people who don't like full English breakfast properly. My day couldn't possibly get any worse. There's people out there who don't like mushrooms and black pudding. To be fair, Walgreens I like Walgreens. Bournemouth is nice. I've only been to Bournemouth like once. And again, what constitutes a city in the UK is very stupid. Norwich is a nice city. Trying to get through Brummable places. Hey, to be fair, I have a lot of Brummy lineage, so I have to. You know, I come from the East Midlands. My parents come from the West Midlands. I've got to rep the Midlands. Like whatever Map Men says, the Midlands exists. God damn it. We're real and we demand to be respected. We deserve that. Hey man, thank you for the 15 months.
When will we get the return of the completed channel review streams?
I have no idea. At some point, probably. I've been very, very busy. To be honest, I should probably continue doing the fucking video, but I'm having a lot of fun. You hate mushrooms? Bournemouth is shit. Well, there's the duality of the UK right there. Edinburgh, I've heard it's very... I've never been to Edinburgh, but I really want to. I've heard that's a very, very nice city. Lancaster is a nice city. Southampton's all. Southampton is very... It's map men. City does not require to have its own cathedral anymore. That is not... again, go watch Map Men, because it's a very funny show. Very, very good. Cities are now just decided by the... I think the monarch, just says what... You don't have to have a cathedral to be a city anymore. That's how it used to be, I think. Because... Yeah, that's kind of like how it was worked out, but now it doesn't happen. It's just I think you can make an appeal to be a city. Because there's some places that are really, really small that have cathedrals that are cities, and then there's places that are big. I think like Reading is not a city. Early videos never fail to be like, but thank you very much. Here's the thing with Leeds, right? When we went up to York, we were seeing a lot of signs for Leeds. We were like, oh, all roads lead to Leeds. Both me and the woman were like, we have no idea about... We know nothing about Leeds. So we looked it up. And it turns out Leeds is like one of those ones where it's got quite a lot of like recent tourism. It seems like Leeds is like really like... Over the past few years has really developed into like quite an interesting place to visit. So I do want to visit Leeds at some point. Southampton is just built for the docks, but it's nice. That's the thing. Southampton is the perfect city for me because it has everything I need fairly close. It's got good connections to places. It's easy to get to like anywhere because motorway access to go back to Lincolnshire. And it's not too big. It's not too busy. There's not much going on. So
how
Southampton's
much your list go up?
75 points. Thank you for the super chat. Oh god, in 2026 in Leeds. That would be fucking funny. Thank you for the 15 months. There's some council decide who isn't the city. Decide a city council. It's essentially. I think people make. I think it's just.
PaulCon 2026 in Leeds confirmed.
I guess you. Is it true there's a bunch of buildings in the UK that are built for short people? Not really. Like the very, very old, like Georgian houses or Tudor houses, yes. But now it's like Can I have extra blackbird bacon, eggs, and mushrooms and toast? Yes. I'm from Leeds. It's a tourist and student city. That's fair. I never considered Leeds. Like, Leeds isn't one that kind of comes up when you think of, like, you know, when you think of someone coming to visit Britain, like, from abroad. You think of, like, the places they should visit. So, London, Edinburgh, York, Winchester, like, all the historic places. Like, going to, like, you know, Yorkshire. Leeds would never come up into, like, my top brain, but apparently, place to be. It's not.
Are you scared of New Guard?
No, because I'm never scared of Guard. I'm a bit scared of Guard. Manchester as well is pretty good. Liverpool, I've heard is good. Just don't mention a certain newspaper. I once got not lost in Milton Keynes. I got stuck in Milton Keynes once. Because we're at a stag do, and I went to visit a friend of mine I knew from uni who worked at Revolution de Cuba, which is a rum bar. And they were like, "Okay, Paul, the bus is here. We need to go back because we're going to Northampton. We need to go back and get the bus." Unfortunately, there's bus stops on both sides of the place we were at. I ran to the wrong one and missed the bus. So I had to stay there for like an extra half hour with my rum bartender friend who kept feeding me rum. So I was very drunk by the time I got back. Downside Southampton means you're a southerner, though. No, this was a thing. When I was at uni at Middlesbrough, I was called a southerner. Now I'm here in Southampton, I'm called a northerner. And now you're calling me a southerner. Midlands. The Midlands is real and it can hurt you. 100k subs, can we get a poor model in different colour shirt? Whoa, let's not get hasty. That's insane. It's insane, Nask. I think it's the first time I've heard someone from Southampton pronounce the TH. Because people say Southampton. I'm not from Southampton, I live in Southampton. If you go to York, you can hop, skip, and jump away from Leeds. Yeah, that's the thing. We weren't in York. We'd already planned York. We weren't there for long. But when we went past Leeds, we were like, we should go to Leeds at some point. There's only a stag in Milton Keynes. Oh, there's another one. Nottingham. You should visit Nottingham. It's alright. I mean, Warhammer World's there, so you should go. How long did you spend there with a half an hour delay? About half an hour. I spent it all at the rum bar. There's only... Yeah, that's the thing. There's only the north... Anything south of Sunderland's the bloody south, innit? And then down here, anything north of the M25 is the north, the scoundrels. And here we are, you know, East Midlands lad with West Midlands parents going, "Are we a joke to you?" Oh, Southampton. Oh, right, yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking like Southampton. Maybe a Southampton. Southampton, yeah. All is live and I'm awake. My God. Nobody wants to claim Coventry. Yeah, Coventry is Coventry and Birmingham are like perfect Midlands because they're not. Not like even Norwich and like the Lincolnshire and stuff. Like they're not north or south. They're the Midlands. That's why there is a Midlands, because like those places, like basically it's Sheffield up, like Sheffield, and like in fact Mapman has the line, right? It's kind of a diagonal line, but it's Sheffield up. And then is north. Then you got the Midlands, and then kind of basically anything above Cambridge, between Cambridge and Sheffield is kind of the north. And then Cambridge below is south. Midlands is a lie Northerners tell themselves. Again, bloody Southern git. Anything north of anything north of the Channel Tunnel is fucking north. I think you're from Somerset. You can't say Somerset without saying Somerset. It's like trying to say Orcs without saying Orcs. Anything higher than Bristol is the north. No idea what kind of weird geography is about. It's essentially the north-south divide. In the US has a north-south divide, but it's got about 1,000 years of history, and people from up north with their pies and gravy don't really like the south with their bloody southern food, with their bloody afternoon tea or something. With the poor strength of tea gets served in Norwich, it feels like the South. Yeah, but that's just Norwich is nice town, but Scotland, yeah, Scotland. Don't. If you try to include Scotland in this, they will fucking get you. Do we discuss Middle Earth for the area around the equator? No, we have a north and south. Everything above the equator is the north. Yeah, but Kent isn't on the fucking equator, Steve. So for old Froscos is new Froscos. Old AOS. I prefer the new ones. They look cooler. Jelly dealers and biscuits and no, biscuits and gravy is a US thing. No, it's not. Biscuits and gravy is not a London thing. That's not. That's, you know, if we're gonna complain about the North and South, let's you know, let's be real. This is a fake bit of land made for a publicity stunt. And I think north of Spain is the north. Nottingham implies existence of something like that. London things too? I don't believe you. Sorry to say. Biscuits and gravy is a US thing. Have you ever eaten poutine? I have actually eaten poutine. I think it's quite nice. That's the US thing. We're talking about Scouts being the best accent. Brazil, thank you for the 11 months. Yeah, fortunately, no Storm Raven now. Raven's green, and
I'm sorry to hear about the Centurion nerf, but at least the Storm Raven didn't get more expensive.
Thank you for the 11 months, Brazil. I feel like this is like someone's made an AI like propaganda to North. Like, look at them bloody Londoners. They're eating biscuits and gravy, and the gravy's green. Ugh, absolute nightmare. Give me a nice Wigan slappy. We'll call it a day. Will Scream Remembers ever get Thunderhawk? Probably not a Thunderhawk. Why is gravy brown? It should be called brownby. God damn it, Steve. Ever had a smack bomb? I've not had a smack bomb. I dread to think what a smack bomb is. A bomb is a sandwich or a bun. Smack bomb bay wet. The battered fried potato scallop served in buttered bread roll, drizzled with the watery liquid from mushy peas. Honestly, I'd have it. That sounds good. Smack bomb pea wet. I'll have that. Wigan Slappy, yeah, Wigan Slappy is a thing. It's a pie between a roll, which is fucking brilliant. If you live below the latitude of 60, you're in the south. This will be a north-south divide thing, maybe. Like, curry sauce with fish and chips. Yes or no? Hopefully this is a universal thing, because I fucking love curry sauce. Just put 3 units of 3 centuries in a Thunderhawk, hell yeah. Yes. Yorkshire, yes. Midlands. That's a right/wrong divide. Yeah, to be fair. No, the thing is, I want to know where people are from as well. We're bringing the Storm Raven back? Maybe. USA has an east and west and a north and south. But yeah, the curry sauce you get with Chinese is fucking great. Like, a Chinese curry on chips. Smash them. What I usually get. Yes, from Birmingham. Hell yeah. Up the brum. Unless you're a Villa spawn, which fuck you. Yeah, that's the thing with British food. British tapas is just anything that's like beige and yellow. Anything south of York is south. York to Edinburgh is Midlands. Now here's the problem. You're starting to bring Scotland into this, and Scotland isn't going to be happy about that. So I'd leave Edinburgh name out your goddamn mouth. Derby cannot come into the northwest divide. Yeah, Derby's north, right? But it's kind of like, it's weird because it's like the Map Men episode shows it. It's a diagonal line. It's weird. Almost enough Krieg models to field nothing but Kriegs? Hell yeah. Orcs stay winning. And also stuff like pies, pasties were always very good for mining. So going down into mines, you want to get your full lunch in, something handheld. You can just get stuck in. No, don't worry about cutlery. That's southern bollocks. Even though pasties come from Cornwall, which is very south. I think the American Thanksgiving dinner is more akin to Christmas dinner than a normal Sunday roast. As a Wallace descendant, I can happy to say it could all be one happy kingdom under the Scottish flag. Scotland forever! What's the best unit? It's Centurions. Yeah, we don't have Sunday roast that often. We just don't have the time. It's just me and Joe. Don't really do. She does make a Sunday roast sometimes. It's really good. Yeah. Sunday roasts are fantastic. Sunday roast with curry sauce all over. You gotta have Yorkies, a Yorkshire pud with full of gravy. Yorkshire puddings are made. They're the goblet. They're the grail of Christ. Made to put the gravy, manna from heaven. That gravy. Put it into there. Put it into your Yorkshire pud. Down it in one. Who's Joe? I do mean the woman. Yes, the woman. Partners and like roasts. Sorry to tell you this, but I think you're going to have to... This music's inappropriate for that. Yeah, the new Space Wolf drop mustache was pretty... There's a Toby Carvery local here. That's... But there's going to be a pub. Most pubs do a Sunday lunch. Yorkshire pudding is a bit pricked up. That's how I should... This is how I should get, like, you know... I should get people to subscribe. Usually I should go like, oh, you know, like, comment, subscribe. I should be just like, Yorkshire pudding! And that will get all of the Yorkshiremen to be like, oh! You mentioned Yorkshire pudding. You're a Western Byzantium. Never had a Yorkshire pud? You should... Oh, mate. Fucking... beautiful. When I don't run a guest squad, they're like baby Centurions. Yeah, but they're baby Centurions when I can have adult Centurions. Like how us Filipinos react when any white man talking about Philippines. Yeah, I think that happens a lot, you know. Whenever I mention somewhere, I see, like, you know, place name mentioned. I don't know much about the Philippines. I know, yeah, the language is Tagalog, I think. I could be wrong about that. I don't really know much about the Philippines. Paul, who goes live on a Wednesday morning? Well, you probably meant, Paul, who goes live on a Wednesday morning? I do. Philippines, Mexico of Asia. I know a little bit more about Mexico, I guess. Yeah, I like Mexican food is one of my favorite. So nice. And luchadors. It's not really good. I want to get to the point where I've done enough. Like this channel and like the gaming channel have make me enough money passively. I could just become a food channel because I love food. I just want to eat food. Who needs the quickie? Thunder roast burrito, yeah. Or a full roast and a giant Yorkshire pud. How's it going? It's going alright, thank you. How are you? Yorkshire's gonna be a self-contained meal. Depends how many you eat. What's the Sunday roast? It's basically like a Thanksgiving dinner. You got your meat, veg, potatoes, gravy, and Yorkshire puds. What is bad at rain takeaway? The thing is, this is what I do sometimes. If the woman is away at any point, I will order a takeaway from a place I've never been to, or a cuisine I don't know, because I don't like. If we're ordering if it's like dinner for the both of us, like it's hard to kind of go try something new because if it's bad, then we've both lost out. But if it's just me on my own, I don't mind flashing a bit of cash to try something new. And I found a lot of really nice things. There's a really nice Thai place down there. Turd in all, yep. A bit of turd in your. A well balanced meal, but it's specifically it's a fairly labour intensive one because there's a lot of different things to go with it. Like lots of different veg, lots of. But served a roasted restaurant where the Yorkshire pud was the bowl. Yeah, the massive Yorkshire puds. I used to get them at Download Festival until I found out, basically, I think 1 year that I didn't go, the Yorkshire pud place gave everyone food. Came back. I just joined. When did we talk about Zangors? We've already talked about Zangors. Mint sauce or applesauce with your roast? Or are you one of those fancy people that demands sauce match the meat? I mean, yeah. Mint sauce with lamb, applesauce with pork. And horseradish with beef. I mean, to be fair, I would probably have horseradish with any of them, but mint sauce with lamb, applesauce with pork, horseradish with beef, and gravy with everything. You try and hit a niche for which you rate takeaways close to gaming events. To be fair, that's not a bad shout. Beer lists have to change? Yes, massively, unfortunately. I'm 75 points to it. Being a nice tyrant? Hell yeah. Stew and dumplings seems to be going away, not where people place to do it. There's a stew and dumplings recipe that we make. It's got horseradish in the dumplings that the woman makes. Really good. It's one of our favourite meals. Obviously, it's kind of coming to the time where that would be a great meal. Yeah, dumplings isn't something you see often anymore. Mint sauce and gravy on everything. I mean, to be fair, out of those sauces, mint sauce is my favourite. I fucking love mint sauce. But then, to be fair, I love lamb as well. So, kind of, the mint sauce is fucking great. So making me hungry. To be fair, it's coming up to lunchtime for me in a little bit. So it's good that I'm getting hungry. What's a beef Wellington like? Beef Wellingtons are fucking delicious. I have actually made a beef Wellington before. Semi-successfully. It tasted alright, but it was a little bit... pastry wasn't very good. It was pre-rolled pastry, but I don't think I did it very well. And the mushroom thing, or whatever it is bloody annoying to make. But I have actually made a beef Wellington, and it is actually really good. We have things that are similar to Mexico. We have formed a Spanish colony. We have good food, people and culture, a ton of corrupt officials, and mostly Catholic. Well, I mean, that's like most countries. There's a lot of places I'd like to like. I actually don't like Philippine or Filipino cuisine. I don't actually know. Well, I know a few. I've had Vietnamese stuff like that, but not Filipino. I'm falling asleep, man. Impulsor buffed enough? No change to the Impulsor. Yeah, orcs are good. You want Pakistani dude who made an amazing chicken biryani? That's the thing with the UK as well, actually. We have a lot of really good takeaways, like Chinese takeaways, Indian takeaways. Turkish takeaways for kebabs. Actually, one good thing about Southampton is one place that I found that does a Parmo. And anyone that is around Middlesbrough will know what a Parmo is. And will also know that they're fucking impossible to find outside of Middlesbrough. There's only two good things that came from Middlesbrough. And that's Bob Mortimer and Parmos. And Southampton has Parmos. Let's have Bob Mortimer, unfortunately. I'll take handfuls of bunkers can be good. Do it. Prove it. Not as easy thing to make right. Should be light and fluffy inside, so the harder crunchy. Yeah. Well, I think I made it okay. It was just the pastry I didn't do. Why did Kato get such a huge buff? Probably because of legal reasons, aren't it? Korean glaze is crazy. Like a chicken parm. It's basically it's the takeaway version of a chicken parm. It's fried chicken, white sauce, cheese. It's greasy as fuck, but it's so goddamn good. Yeah, exactly. Like Newcastle is borough adjacent, right? But this is, bear in mind, this is Southampton. South. There is, if you go to the download section on the Warhammer community website, and go to the 40k section, it will show you all of these. These are shitty spoons. Oh, you can do better than the shitty spoon. Even just going to whatever, like, Greasy Spoon Cafe is nearby spoons will be better. It's not. It's a white sauce. I think it's just like a bechamel. It's not called white sauce. It's like a bechamel sauce. And they can have toppings of like jalapenos and stuff. Like anyone. Yeah, pepperoni parmo is so good, but you can feel your heart struggling. If you haven't, imagine pepperoni pizza, but the base is fried chicken. Yes, that is what a parmo is. It is a pizza, but instead of pizza like pizza dough, it's a massive bit of fried chicken. It's so good, but it's so bad for you. Anyone from borough adjacent will know. The Five Guys burgers, but they're expensive as fuck. Yeah, Five Guys is really. Here's a video that I want to make, and it's simply order a large fries from Five Guys, because I don't know what the fuck that's going to look like. Like literally, when you order a small, they get the little cup, right, and they put the chips in it, and they put that in the bag, and then they just have a mental breakdown and start shoveling chips into the bag and go, "Here's your small fries." I feel like if you ever order a large fries, they're going to give you this look and then just have like every fryer available cooking nothing but chips for the next like hour, and then give you that and go, "Here's your large fries." Also, hot take. The hot dogs from Five Guys are really good. I actually think that I prefer them. The burger falls apart too easily. Local UK Pullman race for American fast food. Are you working for foreigners to get that first chicken parma? You have to go to Middlesbrough. The unfortunate part of that is you have to go to Middlesbrough. Because Middlesbrough's not great. Sorry for anyone from Middlesbrough. It's not great. I mean, it might be better now. I haven't been there for 50 years, but... Yeah, to be fair, I would love to go to Ireland to get a spice bag. That sounds like my kind of food. Like, just fries with just shit chucked in on it. Like, that's my food. That is what I love. I love, like, loaded fries, anything like that. Any shopping specific? Any takeaway. Literally any, like, pizza place. Any chicken place. Any burger place. Like, not like chain restaurants, but, like, any place will... Any place that sells pizza that looks a little bit grim will sell a parmo. What about the Sicilians? It's fine. It's gonna make me think about my list a lot. It makes the list building difficult, but I think I'm gonna probably just cut on a bit of a tangent. Fidgeting with a thing, and I've lost. I stopped fidgeting with it. Too much of a fidget. Oh, I know. You don't notice you crushing it. Unfortunately, it was everyone else crushing it, and I'm just caught in the I like Wendy's burger chili with fries. There's one I haven't tried Wendy's, but there is one in Southampton now. It's a bit of a trek from Nottingham to Middlesbrough. It's not too bad. It's about an hour and a bit. Worth having a go. You come out with a palm of uni with your shoes, Nick. Yeah, Five Guys is expensive, but it is good. It's really good. It is expensive. Nice trade. Yeah, it's $3.50 for DevSense. I don't know. Yeah, Terminators are $3.40 now. Assault Terminators are $3.60. Yeah, it's still expensive. Yeah, the square burgers is the thing I know Wendy's for. Isn't Wendy's also the place with that the hot drink song? Everyone remembers that when that kind of went a bit around the internet. It was like the I don't know if it might have been not been Wendy's. It was one of the fast food restaurants in America, and they had like songs on how to like do all the stuff. A hot drink song was like super catchy. Wendy's is a that's just thing. Oh yeah, Gourmet Burger Kitchen. Gourmet Burger Kitchen is a chain. There was a Gourmet Burger Kitchen in the big shopping centre in Southampton, and I don't think it ever opened. I think they went under. Use Warhammer. What's the Dataslate? Dataslate is their quarterly balance. So they shift points around. They may or may not add like change a few rules to kind of keep things more balanced. Basically, it's basically like a balance patch for a bit. Pushbreakers over. Thanks for tips. See you next stream. Thank you for joining. You can buy half a box of Centurions for a Five Guys combo. That's how, if I ever do like food reviews and stuff, that's how I will say the price is. It's not in like currency. It's just how many Centurions could you buy. This costs 2 Centurions. But it says a tabletop role-playing game. What might the list changes look like? I think I'll probably drop a lot of the jump pack stuff. Maybe. I really don't know. Tricky. Because the jump pack stuff is the point scoring, but I might go for like a tankier point scoring. Like Terminators, or shove some Victors in there. I'll have to think about it. You get a codex for my chosen army thing. There. Which is fair, it's not, shouldn't be too long to 11. So if you're still just new, just like start building up stuff, start paying some stuff. 10 dev wounds out of 10. If I ever did anything like that, I'd rate it on a tier system. A tier system is just a far better way of ranking things than out of 10. Because it also allows you to kind of put it onto a tier list and then reshuffle things as you get more information. Because if you rate something, let's say you rate it at like 8 out of 10, then something else comes, and then like a year later you're still doing it, and something else you rate 8 out of 10 is actually like way better or way worse than the previous 8 out of 10. Easy to say, like if they're both like B tier, you can kind of then rank them within tier. And then you could like do a reshift. Yes, 36 Centurions are a lot of money, so if you want to help out the Centurion Fund, Superchats and members and members, just watch and share the videos. Cheers, Lekman. Have a good rest of your day. What do you think about the new Grotmas expansion if you fall? I'm not played against any of the new Grotmas stats. I say unfortunately, I haven't had time for them out. All these nerfs targeted the new Raven Guard attachment. Yes, it's because it's kind of very strong. Yeah, the new Emperor's Children one is quite interesting. The EA one's good. The Space Wolf one looks really good. And the Guard one looks very, very good. Denny's opened here? Lack of point change for Guard. Happy. Sad. Baneblade's going to get orders from Beyond. But that Baneblaze with orders is a bit scary. All right. I do have to go and get some lunch, and I am continuing to edit the video. It's another tournament review video, so I know people like those. I think it's close to 40 minutes long, and I'm only on game 2 in terms of editing, so I've got a lot to give. May you give a hot take? Very briefly, sure. What's your brief hot take? I think Ultramarines should get a new detachment, not spec. I mean, they did, right? They got the Gladiator one. They already did get that. Alright. Thanks for watching, everyone. Sorry to kind of rush the ending there. Hope you had a good time, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. I actually then need to end the stream with the bright button.